problem that includes two sets. Now, a Venn diagram gets its name from John Venn, the mathematician who's given credit for first writing down his thoughts on Venn diagrams and really making it a part of math that is in many degree programs. So here's the question. The Wildwood Campus Student Government Association students compiled the following information regarding 100 students. The following was determined. 65 of the students who were surveyed said that they love math. 41 of the students who were surveyed said that they love listening to music. 22 of the students said that they both loved math and loved listening to music. How many of the students who were surveyed only loved math, only loved listening to music, or didn't select that they loved math or listening to music? To start this problem, I'm going to go from the inside and process for Venn diagrams. I'm going to go from the inside and then work out. We're going to start in the middle and work. We're going to start with the intersection, and the intersection, yellow piece in the middle, is going to include all the students who are in both the set of students who love math and the set of students who love music. See from our survey results that there should be 25 students in this intersection in the yellow part. So starting from the inside and working out, I'm going to put that 22 right in that intersection. Next, I'll just work right up the list here. Next, I'll go to 41 students who love listening to music. Well, there's 41 to be in this music circle. 22 are already there. So I need to add an additional, let me calculate how many. If I subtract 44 minus 22, 41 minus 22, I find that there are 19 students of the 41 who said that they loved listening to music, 19 that weren't already in this set out of this 22. So I'm going to put an additional 19. Like the 19, 41 total who loved music, subtract the 22 who love both music and math. So I get a 19. And then that was the blue. And then finally we have 65 who reported that they love math. I'm not going to write 65 here because that would be too many for the total, because there were already 22 in there. So 65 total, 22 are already counted because they are in the intersection. So if I do this subtraction, 65 minus 22 gives me the 43 additional students that need to be accounted for. So I have a total of 65 in the math set, but only 43 already get counted as the intersection of both. It's a good practice before we go on to make sure that as we've organized all this information in a Venn diagram, to make sure we've organized it correctly. So now that I've started from the bottom and worked up, or started from the inside and worked out, I'm going to go backwards through this information and just do a quick double check. And I'll even pull in my calculator here to double check my work. 45 who love math. I can count this up and say what's 43 plus 22, and sure enough that comes up to 65. So 65 is good. 21 love listening to music. 22 plus 19, sure enough that gives us the 41. And then 22 that loved band music. One last thing I haven't considered is does this add up to the full 100 students, or were there maybe some students who didn't report loving math or music that I need for? Because my entire set needs to include all 100 students. Well, I've got 43 plus 22 plus 19. It's up to only 84 students. And the universe had 100 students surveyed. So if I 100 and subtract 43, 22, 18, I'd get that there are students that haven't been accounted for out of that 100 yet. So that wraps up the organizational part of this problem. The first step to this type of problem, using a Venn diagram, is to organize the information into a Venn diagram. The next step is going to be to answer the question, how many students who were surveyed only loved math? That's going to be this pink section, 43. How many of the students who were surveyed only love listening to music? And that's going to be 19. They're really missing out. Too bad they don't love math also. And then, how many of the students who were surveyed didn't select that they love math or listening to music? That's our 16. And that wraps up the two-set diagram problem. If you found this helpful, you might also find it helpful to view the video on set Venn diagram problem.